G'day Liam, today I'm going to be showing you my model design and basically how I got to this area. I just want to start off with the fact that this is a Jack Daniel's bottle. Obviously, it's not really much difference in bottle designs, but I had to appropriate it because of legal matters. Anyway, moving on. Started off with some orthogonal pieces. This one was not hard to create, to be honest. It was just a bottle design. Use the bottom planar mesh to signify where I wanted my references to go. So here, here, and here. This basically made it easier to build the entire building block. So I started off with a cube and then added an extra face to each corner, extruded it, and then created this base. After extruding it, I decided to build up a bit more and then continued extruding until we reached to the top of the square model, which is about here. So once we reach this ridge up here, I added a cylindrical object and basically connected each of the vertices here, 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 and here, and then extruded it more. This is what it looked like on the outside. Obviously not much difference, but we needed the inside to be hollow. So I extruded it by hand into the bottom, and then more problems arose. So up here, you can see that there are different vertices hanging out in each corner. This is a very technical problem I could not be bothered fixing, so I didn't, because it's going to be transparent. Next was creating the UV map. This was pretty annoying in multiple fashion senses because I had no idea what I was doing and it was just so messy. But once I did, I had a pretty neat and organized area. On the bottom, that is my exterior right here. This is what I wanted to use. On the top is my interior. This is still what I wanted to use. Right here, I have no idea. This is not what I want to use, but it's there anyway. My original idea was to make a material and then make it transparent, so it represented a glass type of texture. Problem was, there was an easier way to do this without using the UV mesh, and I feel like an idiot for wasting so much time. But it was a good learning experience. The easier way to do this was to go to the Hypershade and then create an Arnold AI standard material. Then I go to a preset, I go to glass, and then replace. And honestly, it was a bit thin, so I had to thicken it up a bit. And that's how we created this glass texture, which you can't really see now because the lighting is not enabled. However, one problem did arise from this, and that was the label. You could not actually put the label on the glass texture without destroying the overall aspect of it. So I did what any normal sane person would do, and I put a plane mesh on it, and then extruded the plane mesh so that it surrounded the entire bottle. And yeah, this one, it was pretty easy. I forgot to turn down the subdivision count, so there's like 1,000 different squares here, rectangles. But for this one, I remembered. So what I did here was I made one face that connected to each part of the actual bottle, and then I duplicated it around and around and around, rotated it by -45 each time, connected the vertices, and then how's your father? Now for the overall design of the bottle, this is the bump map. Well, this is actually the bump map. So right here, I made a paper texture that kind of simulates a more sticky paper kind of material / texture. I made this with a filter in Photoshop, multiple filters actually. For this one, I kind of used one of my other designs that I'll get into in a minute. Then for here, I use these to simulate a type of plasticky bend up here. So you can see here, there's like all these plastic ridges. Yeah, that was my doing, and I'm very proud of it. Don't hate. So I'm just going to put all these in a folder real quick. Get rid of that, and then this is my design right here. This is the Jack Chaddington design that I wanted to go with, appropriated from this design here, the Jack Daniels. So I wanted to recreate this without copying it too much, but there was a lot of aspects that I had to get rid of, like extra lines at the top, lines at the bottom, had to add in some other faces, and obviously I had to like rename everything and then put in some funny stuff. It's like here we got the awarded, tasted, delivered, and extracted. And over here we got the Isaac Newton Jack Chaddington with the Giga Chad face. We've got a signature up here and then just the bottle tag up there. And it works really well. This was applied using an anisotropic layer. So we'll go back to the hypershade. Down here, got the label connected to a UV copy. This is an anisotropic render that I use, and it looks a lot nicer than the Blinn or the Fong. And Lambert just isn't reflective at all, so it would never have worked. My bump value here, I've turned it down just a little bit because it was a bit too intense, basically. But yeah, the main problem I have at the moment is that the glass isn't very visible here. But going into the Arnold render view, I realized that it was more of a lighting issue than an actual like render issue. So yeah, this is my bottle. Looks pretty good. And yeah, this is what I have so far. Thank you for watching.